you for commentating with me. We have a match to go ahead and call. Why don't you take it away, Tuesday?
All right, so we have Disafter versus Wonder.
Yep, both of them repping the Mind Broken crew. Wonder, of course, he plays a lot of other Smash games, but he's definitely investing more and more into Melee.
Really? Yeah. He's a Falcon man.
He plays Fox in the other games, but I guess he's
playing Falcon right now.
I know. I know. I mean, I guess he's just not comfortable maybe with playing. Maybe. I mean, whenever you think about Disafter, he has that really wonky Fox, right? It's not.
He really does. I was playing him in Fox Dittos in friendlies before the tournament started, and it was weird.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
Because Disafter. And things like that, I think, kind of set the tone in regards to what we can expect from Disafter. He's not the most conservative Fox. He is willing to go out there and really overextend for some pretty intense shine spikes. It's to the point where sometimes it's questionable whether or not he should have gone that deep, but more often than not, he comes out on top.
Yeah, just now I was about to say he did a crouch cancel shine spike from the ledge. I don't know that I agree with it because, when people pop from the ledge and they're fast, they're actually invincible, so he could have just eaten a knee for no reason. But he got hit by the shine anyway. It reversed, so he was lucky, but he got hit because Wonder stayed on the ledge for too long, lost the invincibility.
Yeah, and he's going to be losing his stock. He's after taking that with a pretty easy hedgehog.
Now, this matchup is actually really hard for Captain Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Any arbitrary hit from Fox can lead into a shine, and a shine can lead into whatever Fox wants. So it can be, and Raptor dude. The laser.
The single laser.
I love that laser.
And
didn't try and challenge it.
And like beyond that, I think that with a character like Fox, you get a lot more wins in neutral, right? And the nature of Fox, especially with the fact that he has that shine, makes it even more difficult for Falcon to create openings. But whenever he does get those openings, if your punish game is really stellar, then that's when you can maybe see things kind of evening up a bit.
Not only does he win in neutral, he's got the laser, which means Fox is one of those characters that 9 times out of 10 will dictate the direction, the flow of neutral, the pace. And you don't want to be at Fox's pace.
I wonder they're weaving back slightly in an attempt to avoid the shine. Doesn't really matter as he goes a bit too far to grasp onto the ledge, and he's down to just one stock.
Wonder doing not a bad job. He was down by quite a bit, so right now it's definitely looking up.
Yeah, that's true. I know Disafter had that SD, and that was a really interesting pop-up down there.
That knee could have hit. He just jumped a little bit too early. He got a little bit too antsy. That's one thing. Falcons, they have a lot of hits on. They can taunt and take a sip of their drink and then knee, but they jump too fast and they miss it because they get too antsy.
I mean, it's hard, especially whenever you're playing a character like Falcon. You feel like that momentum and that rhythm anytime you have one of those hits, and you just feel the need to okay, I need to finish this now. But it's so important, like you mentioned before, to take into account how much hit stun your opponent actually has.
And Wonder actually doing a pretty common thing with the new gen players. Oh, this should be it. Wonder doing something pretty common with the new gen players. He can shield drop. I saw him shield drop at least 3 or 4 times in that set. None of them converted off of anything because he shielded. Disafter didn't attack his shield, so he was not in an opportunity where shield drop would have been a good idea, and he shield dropped it anyway. And it's something that I notice a lot. When somebody shield drops and I immediately notice that they're going to, I just let them and then punish when they do. Because 9 times out of 10, they're just going to do it anyway just to show that they can. Or just to make sure, that their tech is on point.
Another really good thing to touch on. It's one thing to be able to execute a complex maneuver. It's another thing to be able to use it efficiently.
Yeah, if you saw right there, he just did it again on an aerial that was in no way punishable with a shield drop. But it would have been punishable if he had just wave dashed out of shield and jumped in and back it. That would have punished it, but he already had the shield drop in mind. And so he shield dropped up there into nothing. So Disafter switched to Falco. There's really... I honestly don't think there's any difference. I think Fox and Falco beat up Captain Falcon equally. Falco at this level might be a little bit harder for Falcon to deal with because lasers, you have to have a really good nair game to really punish lasers effectively.
And that's something that I've noticed from Disafter is he seems really good at spacing his bears just far enough so Wonder can't get a shield grab. Like as you're noticing right now, Wonder in the previous stock actually attempted several times, but instead of grabbing the shield, he ended up just grabbing the back of Falco's foot.
The classic roll in on the platform with Falco forward smash. When I get hit by that, I get it hurts me physically.
Not sure if I agree with, I guess, the usage of invulnerability there. He does get an offstage opportunity, but doesn't really net too much from it, unfortunately. Interesting dash dancing, once again being just a little bit too short, but that time finally getting his grabs, not optimizing really on the potential punish opportunity that it's set up for, though.
Yeah, it was just a tech flub. Tech in place is the one thing that gets covered in ECS. Tech in place and then not teching both get covered by the same set of aerials from Falcon. And he covered it. He tried to beat the tech in place with a dare, and he just missed. It was just a... That was such a good idea from Disafter. Honestly, he's got the stocks to play around. That would have hit him if he hadn't faded back. If I were the Falcon, I would have just let it hit me. If there was no avoiding, I was going to die anyway. But might as well let Disafter have it.
Fair enough. Ooh.
I like the roll away. It was a good idea.
How come?
Most people...
Ooh, okay, I like that. That was dope.
Sick. A lot of people try and challenge Falco's shield pressure game. The best way to beat shield pressure, especially with Falcon, who doesn't have any fast anything out of shield. All of his aerials are really slow. Just roll away, and then try and punish them for continuing to shield pressure.
Wonder's been getting a little bit out of these random knees in neutral, it seems. I'm glad he's not strictly sticking to them. Obviously, there's significantly better options, but it's one of those little mix-ups that if you can throw it in every now and then, you can sometimes catch your opponent off guard.
So he's actually punishing a lot of Disafter's non-standard play. Now Disafter's kind of chilled back. He's doing the good things again, but before he was just doing really weird things. Like that grab was weird. Forward smash would have been a guaranteed hit. He knows that it was a guaranteed hit, and he tried to grab him anyway because that would have been cool.
And not only that, Falco, unlike Fox, doesn't really get too much from his grabs, so it's not like the grab would have really led to that much afterwards. Ooh, down tilt, that's going to be it.
I'm actually pretty surprised they killed off the top. Falcon's pretty heavy, but I guess he was at 147 or something.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of it, he was like at 160.
Yeah.
It's a lot of percent to work with.
So yeah, he got the grabs. Before he wasn't grabbing at all, and then he started grabbing again, and I was just like, oh, here we go. This is going to be a drastic improvement. And he didn't capitalize off the grabs as much as he could have. It was just execution.